So let's talk about the business because Valerie, this is your first restaurant.
Yes.
What's the single hardest thing that you did not see coming
Yeah.
that it made it difficult early on, or a number of things? Maybe you can
Yeah,
dive
I
into
mean,
that.
I don't know where to begin.
Yeah.
Top three.
I will say that it's been the most remarkable experience. And although it is a heavy lift and my learning curve was extremely steep, part of the fun of that has been my team, right? So I work with Armand and Chris, our general manager, and what I've learned from them. And I think that if I had to say one thing that's really the hardest, it would be the discipline. It's very easy. You know, you want to create great food and you want to
Yeah.
create the very special experience, but you have to be disciplined about it, whether it's for you not to bleed money, obviously, right? So, you know, we've worked for 4 years. How do you shrink the kitchen down to the core staff that you really need? Would we like to have an extra pasta cook and have four? Yes, we would, but you have to somehow make the numbers work. And
Yeah.
so you have to figure out how to trim here, give a little there. And that's, I think, the trick.
It's extremely difficult. We were talking about Charlestown, but from a restaurant perspective, it's an extremely seasonal place. There's only 2,500 people on the island
Right.
9 months a year.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it blooms up to 25,000.
But you're still open year round.
So that's the trick. We are open
Yeah.
year-round. So it's really very difficult to run a year-round business in a seasonal place.
I'm sorry, balloons to 25,000 residents or 25,000 tourists visiting?
Second homeowners.
Second on so 20. So it grows by 10. Wow, that's incredible. 10 times. Wow, that makes it hard to find people, especially in like how do you find employees? I guess in both sides when everybody's gone in the winter and you're left with some core staff, and then everybody comes back.
You're somewhat new every season.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
a lot
We've
of
figured
training.
out, and we've tried many different models. I think the first year we tried to get a lot of people coming out from the city that just wanted to get out of New York City for the summer, and that we didn't have a lot of success with that. And then we've kind of went to a different model. We did something a little radical where we use J1 students, which are college students that are want to work for the summer. And these J1 students, it's also really difficult because when I interview maybe 100 of them, 150 of them, and they can go work at an amusement park and fry French fries, or they can work at an extremely ambitious restaurant working 14 hours a day. And my expectations of them don't change, and they've never cooked before. So it's I think our biggest success story was someone that was on the Mongolian cycling team, the Olympic cycling team. He made a great hearth cook.
I would imagine that's someone that's used to
did
high
not
stress
like
situations.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
those are the candidates I'm looking for from around the world. So it's like, and we've had success for 3 years, and by the end of the summer, they're really good cooks.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. I read that you've also taken it a step further, though. Are you still providing staff housing? Because I thought I saw that written somewhere, and I thought, wow, what a unique way to tackle some of that. And I'm so curious how that worked for you.
So being on an island where the ferry stops and all night it doesn't run, we found very early on that we really had to house basically all of our staff. And so part of the juggle of the business is we have a lot of housing that we allow our cooks, our servers, everybody, every single person,
Except me.
basically. Yeah, except Armand, right. Lives
You're
in the
out.
housing,
Just kidding.
which is very interesting dynamically. It's very full of drama. But
I can imagine. I'm like, you've got a reality show right here, everyone.
Oh, we
we
definitely do.
we won't get
Where's
started.
Bravo?
That's a different interview. Yeah, exactly.
Armand can cozy up to the beast, keep warm.
Exactly. But it really makes for a family. I think hopefully most people with small businesses like to think of themselves as somewhat of a family. To me, that's super important. And to me, it's all about the people.
Yeah.
But it's extremely true for us because everybody lives together and works together.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's got to be some really interesting dynamics.
You really have to nail your hires and your dynamic, because you're not only bringing someone into work, you're bringing someone to live with the other coworkers. So
Right.
it's,
Yeah. But I can see why you're so leaning into that, because I feel like so much of what I read before this about you was that you care really deeply about protecting your staff and the culture. And I think that shows based on the types of personalities that you're wanting to hire and that are going to work in this or not work in this. And I think from a leadership standpoint, gosh, like no matter what kind of company you're running, it makes such a difference, doesn't it? How all of this works together. And if you can find people that get along, that's when you get the well-oiled machine that can keep going and creating new and amazing things. And people aren't afraid to get in there and innovate, but also do what they need to do to get the job done.
Definitely.
The demand for group and private events is at an all-time high. Is your business ready to capitalize on all these opportunities? With Restaurant as your booking partner, you can ensure event success this year and beyond.
With no booking fees or commissions, Restaurant has helped over 2,000 restaurants, bars, and breweries reach local event planners who are looking for a space for their next gathering. Whether it's a birthday, anniversary, graduation, or corporate event, Restaurant will get your space booked.
Try it today and receive 3 months completely risk-free by signing up at restaurant.com/podcast. That's restaurant.com/podcast.